Welcome back everyone. As I said, in this video we're going to have a look at the ngIf directive, which allows us to conditionally render or not render certain parts of our DOM. For this all to look nice, I'm just going to copy some pre-created code by me, which will just give us a little bit nicer looking. And then in my structural directive, I want to create a section with a class of directive. And inside this first section, we'll have a look at ngIf. And structural directives are always applied by using that star syntax here. So where we have like normal or attribute directives, which have squared brackets or no brackets, depending on if we're binding to a property or not. Well, this structural directives have the star at the beginning, which shows us, oh, this is something which will change the structure of the DOM and not just the element to which it is applied. Now, obviously, writing it here as plain text doesn't do anything, as all directives, except for components which use HTML tags, we have to apply them to an HTML element to work. So now let me create a div, and here I want to say enter a number higher than 10. Let's add a line break and then an input which allows us to do that, and I will assign a local variable called number and a dummy event so that the UI updates. We have all seen that before. Now the next block should only be displayed if we have entered a number higher than 10. So I will create another div here, and I will say number is greater than 10. But here I will apply the ngIf directive. So I will use star ngIf, written this way, equals, and now here in the quotation mark comes the condition which has to be met. Now I can also call a function in my class here which will return true or false. The important thing is only that whatever I have here between the quotation marks resolves to true or false and can be interpreted as true or false. So in this case I want to say number.value greater than 10. Now whilst number, which refers to this input field here, to this local variable, .value is a string technically, Angular 2 or JavaScript in general is able to figure out that we're comparing it with a number here and that we only want to return true if the converted string is bigger than 10. So let me save this. And now let me enter 5. Nothing's happening. 8, nothing's happening. 12, now we see numbers greater than 10. Any other text, nothing is happening. So only if we enter numbers higher than 10, we can see this text because it has this ngIf condition attached to it. Now, if we would have other sub-elements like another heading, this would also be influenced by this because all children, everything within this block here, will only be displayed if this condition is met. So if I save here, yeah, this heading is also only visible when the number is greater than 10. That is ngIf. There isn't much more to it, but it's really, really powerful, as you can see, because as I said, you can also use functions in your class here, which might run a complex calculation and return true or false depending on that calculation, and bind it here and really change your complete document depending on that condition. Really, really powerful stuff. In the next video, we're going to have a look at ngIf. See you there. Bye.